so that we can have all the members progress. Due to space constraint, we hope that all of them get.
The facility took us about a year to establish, with the careful planning involved, and with the help of Accenture, the expertise in implementing finance transformation. Our decision behind this investment was driven by the benefits expected from a streamlined and centralized global system.
I would like to thank the Chief Minister for gracing the Mauritius again as a guest of honor. Wilmar ties Malaysia goes back to 1996, when we began operating our first palm oil refinery in Ottawa. I'm pleased to report since then, we have become one of the largest palm oil plantation owner in Malaysia, with refining and palm kernel crushing operations. We also manufacture specialty fats, oleochemicals, and biodiesels in this country.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Wilmar on the official opening of the Global Business Services Center here in Penang. And of course, I'm very honored and appreciative of this invitation extended to me to appreciate the opening of Wilmar GBS in Penang. Listening to the CEO's Mr. Teo's speech on Wilmar's humble beginnings to where it stands today on the global map, and also the CFO's speech on how Wilmar has selected Penang to establish its in-house Global Business Shared Services Center, I must say that I continue to be amazed at the growth strategy that the co-founders Mr. Kwok Kun Hong and Pak Matua Citrus have charted out. As one of the largest palm plantation owners and palm oil refiners in Malaysia, Wilmar's contribution to Malaysia's economy is substantial. Not only just in monetary terms, but also in developing socially and environmentally sustainable growth. As the first plantation company in Sarawak to achieve the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil certification in 2010, I think Wilmar has a lot to be proud of. And at the end of 2011, all of Wilmar's Malaysian's plantations and mills are RSPO certified. Congratulations. Common to all multinational corporations of Wilmar's size, in adopting the shared services approach, it is of course natural to support continuous growth and streamlining as well as standardizing of business processes amongst the various business units across many countries into one location. And we are honored that Penang has been selected for your first Global Shared Services Center. Wilmar's continued support in Penang is appreciated, and this Shared Services Center is the third Wilmar business establishment in Penang, in addition to the two refinery facilities in Prime and Batu. As you know, your founder has very many fond memories of Prime, because as he has told me many times, this is where they got one of your first breaks, your sugar refinery in Prime. Before, of course, it was sold off. And this is where I think the Wilmar origins first began. So that's why you better choose Penang. As they say, very ong. Very ong. And the selection criteria of Wilmar in choosing Penang is also based on the critical success factors that is making Penang a favored DPO location over recent years. And of course, not just our talent pool, our efficient supply chain, good infrastructure, livable city, and of course, good government. Must add also a good and clean government. The opening of Wilmar GBS here today follows Citigroup's second transaction processing center in the same building in July, has added value to Penang in terms of talent creation and high income jobs, especially in the services sector. And apart, of course, from Citigroup, if you look at all the other companies in this building, we also have Asia, which has moved its procurement, IT, and human resources into Penang. As one of the largest listed companies by market capitalization on the Singapore Stock Exchange, Wilmar's entrance to the BPO industry here in Penang is very timely, and of course a significant boost to our efforts to develop the services sector, shared services in Penang. And one of our ambitions, of course, is not only to set aside land and to focus on attracting top-notch shared services company to Penang, but we have also allocated a piece of land next to the airport in Bala Pass, which we hope to turn into a BPO hub. And a BPO hub that will be able to fulfill the requirements of world-class BPO companies, service-oriented, value-added, talent-intensive, and of course, able to perform transactions that are worth billions of ringgit a day. We are very proud to have Wilmar here because you have a tradition of excellence, and Penang's future rests on our ability to continue our track record of attracting the best and brightest to Penang. We feel very strongly that we cannot depend only on our manufacturing industry. Important they may be, the manufacturing industry is subjected to cycles, ups and downs. I think it is time for Penang to also grow and expand our services sector. Because in this modern world, especially in companies, where you cut across many sectors, there is no mono-dimensional approach to business nowadays. Your emphasis now is on convergence. And even within the industry itself, there is convergence. I was just reading a very interesting article following the acquisition by Microsoft of Nokia for $7.2 billion. We are looking at a software company acquiring a hardware company. And of course, before that, Google spent $12.2 billion to acquire Motorola utilities services. Oh, mobility services. Motorola mobility services, $12.2 billion. I think this is a trend convergence. Not just across industries and sectors, but it's even within the sector. Hardware and software are all one-ware. There is no longer any distinction and differentiation. They are all together. And I think the importance of convergence can also be translated across countries and state economies. And that's why in Penang, we decided that we should leverage on our manufacturing excellence. I mean, we are not abandoning manufacturing sector. We want to continue to grow and attract top-class manufacturing companies, especially which are knowledge-intensive and high technology-based companies to Penang. But at the same time, there is an urgency to leverage on our manufacturing edge to develop the services sector, because they are there for you to serve them. And if they are already there, why not grow the services sector so you can not only serve existing manufacturing industries in Penang, but also perhaps branch out and attract new customers from other parts of the world. And we think that Penang is poised to take advantage of our manufacturing base and grow the services sector. The entrance of, as I said, Wilmar, added on to Citigroup, AirAsia, even other companies like IHS, BAT, SAP, I'm sure, And we are confident that this is only the beginning. We hope to see more companies coming in, and we will have to, of course, build more facilities in order to fulfill this demand. So having said that, I would like to again welcome Wilmar's entry into Penang, and the Penang State Government will, of course, do our utmost in the necessary facilitation to grow Wilmar's and other SSO business, shared services, outsourcing business. I was told that we intend to have 200 employees by the end of 2014. Perhaps that is because we have space limitations. But rest assured, we are going to build more BPO friendly buildings, and with that area next to the airport, I'm sure that will be a precursor and a taste of what is to come for Penang. So just as we talk about convergence, we talk about convergence across industries, private sector, government sector, civil society, manufacturing and services. I think most important of all, people. I think people is always the basis of a country's economic growth and success. And the emphasis on training and reskilling our talent pool is something that is very close to our hearts. And we hope that over the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to make some announcements on how we are progressing in order to upgrade and give greater education opportunities to our people in Penang. So before I end my speech, I wish to thank Wilmar, and also hope that you can further expand and grow, not just of course in Malaysia, but also in Penang. And let me assure you that the Penang State Government and US Penang shall continue to provide all the support that is needed. And Penang will not let you down, because we have very rarely let any company that has invested in Penang down. And rest assured that you will feel that this is indeed a profitable decision, and I hope and I'm confident that there will be more openings in the years to come. So it's my pleasure to launch the opening of Wilmar GBS Sdn Bhd. Thank you very much.
And also some accounts payable and accounts receivable currently performed here. I mean,
how many percent market share is that? It's about 10%. Over 10%. Yes. Which is the biggest one? Nine brand. Nine brand is whose one? Lamsu. I see.
Raise your hand and shoot the question to the appropriate person. And in the video, we actually have a little bit of like what Wilmar is all about. 50 manufacturing plant, and we're serving 50 countries. Right, so anything pertaining to the running of the whole thing here, the entire operation, probably we can direct it to Mr. Henry here, Mr. GM. And the director may have some things to say pertaining